Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks, the State of Our World on Thursday, February 17, 2022. So what is it, good, bad, or indifferent? All three. What are some of the major headlines? Ex-U.S. ambassador to the USSR says the Ukraine crisis stems directly from post-Cold War push to expand NATO. Okay, that's interesting. Back to normal. Many immunocompromised people feel left behind as U.S. lifts pandemic measures. I agree. Ethiopia amnesty accuses Tigrayan forces of rape and murder in latest probe of war crimes in the conflict. I totally agree. And Tigray is a territory of Ethiopia. Um Ethiopian government has been accused of subjecting Tigrayan women and children, girls, to rape, gang rape, sexual slavery, sexual mutilation, and other forms of torture. These are deliberate attacks which constitute war crimes and possibly may also constitute crimes against humanity, said Amnesty International. So the Tigray province um, is part of Ethiopia, and the Ethiopian government and Tigrayan rebel forces remain at war. So there's no path to peace there. Okay, now the COVID uh, NATO defense ministers gathered in Brussels and dispute Russia's claims of troop drawback. COVID-19 pandemic claimed 75,000 lives last week. U.S. Centers for Disease Control prepares to roll back guidelines for COVID restrictions. That's bad. Hospitals in war-ravaged Syria forced to close amid cuts uh, in international aid. That's bad. UN says 8 million Yemenis could lose all humanitarian aid next week due to funding shortages. And Colombia forced displacement crisis worsened in 2021. Mexican journalists interrupt Congress to demand justice for assassinated colleagues. Amnesty International condemns sham trial for jailed Russian opposition figure Alexei Navalny, and Helena Hutchinson's family files wrongful death lawsuit against Alec Baldwin and arrest producers. GOP senators object to federal no-fly list for dangerous passengers. They say you can't convince dangerous passengers to terrorists. Well, they are terrorists. Officers say they did not intervene in George Floyd's murder because they trusted Derek Chauvin. Very poor excuse. Social media posts and texts show trove of racist messages by Ahmaud Arbery's murderers. Very sad. Vincent Simmons freed after 44 years in prison after judge rules he did not receive a fair trial. Okay, he did not receive a fair trial, so he's released. He's freed, but he gets compensated uh, for being um, unlawfully convicted. I don't know. Now, NATO U.S. expressed doubt over Russian troop pullback as Putin and Biden say diplomatic paths still open. Sandy Hook families reached $73 million deal with Remington, uh, the gunmaker. That's good, I guess. Prince Andrew settles sexual assault lawsuit with survivor Regina Guthrie. Okay. Now, this man in Vincent Simmons is Alabama. No, he's deals in Louisiana. Said he did not get a fair trial. He had an all-white jury and sentenced to 100 years. But many important pieces of evidence were withheld from his lawyers at the time, maybe within a dozen times. While he was not acquitted of the charges, the district attorney has declined to retry Vincent Simmons turned 72. Well, if he's guilty, then he should be prosecuted. He shouldn't be released. I don't know what the story is. Now, how about a little music to wrap up the day here? Okay. Now, today is February 17, 2022. We're 3 days past Valentine's Day. A little song. Okay. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top. I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. Okay, that was part of Jamaica Farewell. It was recorded and sung by Harry Belafonte. Thank you for tuning in this evening of Thursday, February 17, 2022, for another meeting of Carolyn Speaks State of the World. Take care of yourself and others, wear a mask, practice social distancing. When the vaccine is available for you to say if you take it, I would take it. Had mine May 27th, the Johnson & Johnson one shot. I had 2 sore arms, and I was tired for a week, and I was fine. So, now I'm looking around for, I'm eligible for booster now, I'm looking around for that. Okay, take care of yourself and others. And remember, the vaccine is available for you, so if you take it, I would take it. And one thing very important, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe.